Hi, I'm Torian. Today, I'm going to discuss an issue that affects 85% of women and 15% of men. It is domestic abuse. It is defined as a pattern of assaultive and coercive behaviors, including physical, sexual, and psychological attacks, as well as economic coercion, according to the Domestic Abuse Shelter. Domestic violence is a huge issue for men and women in the United States. For instance, the nation's leading grassroots voice on domestic violence reports that nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men. I will inform you of the types of domestic abuse, noticeable signs of it, and how to prevent domestic abuse and help survivors, so that you can be a proactive citizen to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. There are 3 types of domestic abuse that I will address. The first type is physical abuse, which is what we most associate with domestic abuse. This is an intentional act causing injury or trauma to another person through bodily contact, such as hitting or pushing. Another type is emotional abuse, which isn't exactly what we think of when we think of domestic abuse. This form of abuse is where one person uses psychological power to control another person. It can result in anxiety, PTSD, lowered self-esteem, or depression. The last type of domestic abuse that I will address is economic abuse. This is when one partner controls the other partner's financial resources and causes one partner to become dependent on the other. There are noticeable signs to look for in an abusive partner. To begin, partners may use threats, coercion, and control in all situations. They also use intimidation to persuade partners into certain actions. They are known for isolating their partners from family and friends. They may minimize or negatively compare their partners to others. Often, they deny fault for the problems in their relationship and blame the issues on their partners. Abusive partners may become unnaturally possessive with the location and activities of their spouse. And last of all, they may be forceful or physical during arguments, resulting in noticeable bruising. There are also signs to when someone you know may be experiencing abuse. One sign is that they make excuses for their partner's abusive behavior, or they have personality changes, such as being lonely or sad, afraid, or angry. They often do not enjoy the things that they used to, and they skip out on social or work activities. Victims may wear clothing that does not fit the season, such as long sleeves in the summertime, to hide bruises. Often they are overly worried about checking in with their partner out of fear for their life. To end, they may deny their partner's abusive tendencies if it is brought up. So how can we prevent domestic violence and help survivors? The first thing is we need to know the signs of an abusive partner and not ignore them. We need to be available to those who are going through domestic abuse, listen to what they have to say, believe them, and support them. We can help someone see the red flags if they are blind to the abuse. We also need to help survivors find a support group so they can talk about their traumatic experiences. If we are involved in an incident, we need to document it for possible future police reports. We can also have shelter information available to help loved ones who may not be able to find that information. Another way to get involved is to donate or volunteer to help local shelters and raise awareness of domestic abuse. Domestic abuse is a major issue in the United States. It takes on many forms of physical, emotional, and economic abuse. Spotting the signs of an abusive partner or the signs of someone being abused can be a major proponent in preventing domestic abuse. Countless people suffer from domestic violence each year. It is important to know how to stop domestic abuse and help survivors to make the world a better and more loving place.